Welcome to the Take a Breather podcast with Eric Almeida and Stacy Eric. This is Tapping Thursday, where we take you through a tapping exercise so you can experience a sampling of EFT and how it can help you. Please subscribe to our podcast on any of our podcast stations. We'd love a 5-star review on Apple Podcast, like and subscribe and share on YouTube as well. It really helps out the podcast when you do so. For instructions, detailed instructions on how to tap, please listen to our episode 2, where we walk you through a detailed description of all the points. So this episode is not meant to diagnose or treat any issues. If you have a strong reaction to the tapping, please pause the recording and keep tapping until your system calms down. And also, if you have strong reactions, you can tap more quickly through the points to help soothe your nervous system that much faster. Sometimes you may come into this Tapping Thursday thinking that you don't have a strong reaction to the topic and something comes up. But just keep tapping and your body will, in fact, calm down. The goal today is to tap on a general feeling. So it's not really geared to coping towards deep healing. My suggestion is you record memories or thoughts that come up during the tapping, and then you can tap on your own or work with a practitioner like us. And if anyone wants to work with either one of us, you can get money off your first session with the coupon code BREATHER. This week's topic is going to be self-care. I'm going to turn it over to Eric.
Yes, so Stacy will be taking the seat of the client this particular week as we discuss self-care. So you feeling up to it, Stace?
I am. I could always use some tapping work on taking care of myself.
Don't we all?
Yes.
All right, so Stacy, with your feet firmly on the floor, sitting comfortably in your chair, eyes closed if you'd like. Same for our listeners. Take some nice, deep cleansing breaths. And I just want you to focus your thoughts around the concept of taking care of yourself, around the idea of putting yourself first in order to make sure that you are as rested, as healed, as deserving of self-care as you believe you are. And on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being you have no emotion tied to the concept of self-care, and 10 being you are completely overcome with emotion, with some form of resistance or rejection towards the concept of self-care. Where do you feel like you are today, Stacy?
Yeah, feeling pretty resistant. I would say a 6.
A 6, okay. And listeners, please do the same. Write down your number from 0 to 10 in regards to your resistance towards your own self-care. So I'll be guiding Stacy through the points. I recommend for our listeners, if you'd like to tap along, to follow along with us and to tap alongside Stacy. But you're also welcome to repeat what Stacy is saying after she repeats after me, or you're welcome to just listen, whatever you would prefer. And I'll be guiding her through all points once again. So we will be starting at the side of the hand on the karate chop point. And Stacy, repeat after me. Even though I am not comfortable indulging in regular self-care,
I am not comfortable indulging in regular self-care,
I would like to love and respect myself.
I would like to love and respect myself.
Even though the thought of taking time away from others to spend on myself fills me with anxiety, I would like to love and accept myself as I am today. Even though I don't think I deserve self-care, I would like to love and accept all that I am.
All that I am.
All right. Now at the top of the head. I am uncomfortable taking care of myself.
I'm uncomfortable taking care of myself.
Eyebrow, the bridge of the nose. I might disappoint my loved ones if I take care of myself first.
I might disappoint my loved ones if I take care of myself first.
Side of the eye. Other people's needs matter more than my own.
Other people's needs matter more than my own.
Under the eye. My time and energy should be spent on other people, not myself.
My time and energy should be spent on other people, not myself.
Upper lip. Taking care of myself is selfish.
Taking care of myself is selfish.
Lower lip. And I'm not even sure what I need.
And I'm not even sure what I need.
Collarbone. And I'm not sure I deserve my own time and attention.
I'm not sure I deserve my own time and attention.
Under the arm. I'm not even sure how I can take care of myself.
I'm not even sure how or when I can take care of myself.
Inner wrist. I can't imagine taking time out to take care of myself.
I can't imagine taking time out to take care of myself.
Side of the hand. People might reject me if I put myself first.
People might reject me if I put myself first.
Top of the head. Taking care of myself is selfish.
Taking care of myself is selfish.
Eyebrow. I might disappoint my loved ones if I take care of myself first.
I might disappoint my loved ones if I take care of myself first.
Side of the eye. Other people's needs are more important than my own.
Other people's needs are more important than my own.
Under the eye. I feel very uncomfortable taking care of myself.
I feel very uncomfortable taking care of myself.
Upper lip. And I have no idea what self-care means to me.
And I have no idea what self-care means for me.
Lower lip. And I don't have the time or money for self-care.
And I feel I have the time or money for self-care.
Collarbone. My time and energy should be spent on other people and not myself.
My time and energy should be spent on other people and not myself.
Under the arm. People give me their approval when I take care of them.
People give me their approval when I take care of them.
Inner wrist. The thought of taking care of myself is exhausting.
The thought of taking care of myself is exhausting.
Side of the hand. I know self-care is important, but I don't know what to do.
I know self-care is important, but I'm not sure what to do for myself.
Okay. Take some nice, deep cleansing breaths. What came up for you, Stacy?
I'm trying to remember. Definitely the aspect of not even being sure what self-care really looks like for me, like what will actually feel other than sitting around. It's actually two parts. That not being sure what is a good choice for self-care, but that the only things I can think of feel I'm unhappy at the idea of just sitting around and doing nothing. It's not it's not a valuable enough use of my time to take care of myself in the ways that I think are useful for me. I'm fairly introverted, so often just being really alone and reading is my for hours on end, and that feels like it's not like I'm shortchanging everything else in my life to do that. The other stuff and I guess that's part two, is that everything else really is more important than my business and my projects and my family and my relationships are all far more important and need lots and lots of energy. And I'll fall behind if I take care of myself too much. I spend too much time taking care of myself. And it's not a good enough return. Like it's not that important. It's more important to take care of these other things. And it's, yeah.
Okay, wonderful.
Mm,
So let's do another round focusing on those particular points that you brought up. Sound good
sounds
to you?
good. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So once again, tapping at the side of the hand, and repeat after me. Even though
Even though
I really don't know what self-care is for me,
I don't really know what self-care is for me,
I would like to love and accept all of who I am.
I would like to love and accept all of who I am,
Even though
even though
I have this belief that self-care takes away from the other things in my life.
I have this belief that self-care takes away from other areas of my life.
I would like to love and accept all of who I am.
I would like to love and accept all of who I am,
Even though
even though
self-care doesn't give me a good return.
self-care does not give me a good return.
I would like to be open to healing myself.
I would like to be open to healing myself.
All right. So top of the head. I have so many more things that are more important.
I have so many more things that are more important.
Eyebrow. And the thought of self-care feels like a waste of time.
And the thought of self-care feels like a waste of time.
Side of the eye. What's the point of doing self-care?
What is the point of doing self-care?
Under the eye. When I have so many other things on my plate I need to do.
When I have so many other things on my plate that I need to do.
Upper lip. And my tools that I have for self-care don't satisfy me.
And the tools that I have for my self-care do not satisfy me.
Lower lip. When I engage in self-care, I feel like I'm being lazy.
When I indulge in self-care, I feel I'm being lazy.
Collarbone. The idea of self-care feels like an indulgence.
The idea of self-care feels like an indulgence.
Under the arm. And my time is so much more valuable than that.
And my time is so much more valuable than that.
Inner wrist. And I'm going to fall behind on other things if I use self-care.
And I'm going to fall behind in other things if I indulge in self-care.
Side of the hand. And the thought of self-care makes me feel selfish.
And the thought of self-care makes me feel selfish.
Top of the head. Because I need to put my business first.
Because I need to put my business first.
Eyebrow. Because I need to put my family first.
Because I need to put my family first.
Side of the eye. But I do wish that I could put myself first when I need to.
I do wish I could put myself first when I need to.
Under the eye. I wish that I can create time to take care of myself.
I wish I could create time to take care of myself.
Upper lip. And I would love for this resistance to go away.
And I would love for this resistance to go away.
Lower lip. I wish I could care for myself the way that I care for others.
I wish I could care for myself the way I care for others.
Collarbone. Even if I don't feel like I deserve it right now.
Even if I don't feel like I deserve it right now.
Under the arm. And it's okay if I feel like I don't deserve it right now.
And it's okay if I don't feel like I deserve it right now.
In our wrist. Because with time, I will learn to accept my own self-care.
Because with time, I will learn to accept my own self-care.
Side of the hand. And with time, I will learn to give and receive my own self-love.
And with time, I will learn to give and to receive my own self-love.
Okay, take some nice deep cleansing breaths. How are you feeling?
Definitely better. Yeah, I hadn't realized how ingrained the belief that other things require more of my time and energy than I do is really deeply ingrained, more deeply than I had realized, actually. I think anyone who's been doing healing work and I think holistically minded people tend to be like, okay, I got to make sure I take care of myself and nourish myself, and I've been doing that for quite a while now, and yet it's still very much ingrained is, yeah, you can take care of yourself, but only so much, and everyone else still gets they get more. They're still top of the list. I'm on the list now of priorities.
Which is
I
good. That's
which is
the
better
first
than I
step.
used to. That's the first step, but I'm still not I'm not equal to the needs of everything else in my life. But it's how lovely to have that. As I said, I didn't really understand just how deeply that was ingrained until we started working on this, and now I have my own homework to do. I'll be doing more tapping myself on this belief and try to unpack where all that comes from. So thank you. It's super useful.
You're quite welcome. And to piggyback on that, people who are healers, who work in mental or physical health, especially a lot of times even parents, especially mothers, learn or absorb the belief that they have to always put themselves second to others. It's a very difficult belief to dismantle, to get to a point, to be comfortable, to consider yourself an equal with the responsibilities that you have in your own life and the responsibilities you have to others, and even more difficult to sometimes put yourself as the top priority in certain moments. So for you,
absolutely,
and for our listeners, keep tapping on it. It's a difficult one to overcome.
Yeah, and I am very interested in tapping on it more, if only to as I said, I've been working on it for a while, and clearly there's so many layers, and there's so many areas of our growing up experience and of our lives that contribute to that belief. It's not just, it's not like just school or just your house. It's ingrained. I think it's ingrained in the culture and the um, American way of working and always producing, and which is all externals, right? Putting out energy into an external result rather than the internal. So
yes, yeah, especially you're correct, especially here in the United States, tangible forms of productivity are valued a lot more than intangible forms of productivity, which would be self-care.
right.
As important as it is, we tend to devalue it very quickly because we can't prove it did anything per se. A change in mood doesn't seem like something productive, even though it could be very dramatic when it comes to one's productivity. It's a bizarre counterintuitive component there.
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Stacy, for sharing.
Oh,
And thank you,
absolutely.
listeners, for participating. As always, feel free to replay this and continue to tap and to continue to write down any thoughts or memories or feelings that may come up and then to tap on those feelings directly. And if need be, reach out to another mental health practitioner, whether it's one of us, which you can use our coupon code breather, or another mental health practitioner, or other forms of techniques you like to use for health self-care. It is very important. So thank you so much. Have a lovely week, and we'll talk to you next time.
Bye-bye.